It's been a few weeks, but we are back in the swing of things, for recording wise. So before we hop into today's video, I'm gonna go over uploading and upload schedule. So basically, I have like 4 or 5 videos in the vault. I just haven't edited them and they're just sitting there. So I'm probably gonna do with them is I'm probably just gonna upload them as bonus videos later down the line, because they mostly covered events and stuff like that. Because this is a very far update. It's been a few weeks already, so there's a lot that's been done, as you can see right next to me. But yeah, basically for uploads, I'm probably gonna be uploading maybe like once every few weeks, maybe a month. And that's only because I'm like so busy, and that even when I play, like that takes up all my time, so I don't really have much free time to edit and stuff like that. And also let's sleep real quick. Just do that real quick. We get mobs spawning near us, even though this place is lit up, but there's probably still some areas that haven't been dealt with. But yeah, basically, we need to. Well, no, we need to. Yeah, what was I on? Yeah, right. The video, of course. Yeah, so basically the videos I'll be uploading every few weeks, and sort of just a progress update, and we'll be doing something in those videos as well, like we're going to be doing today. So what we're basically going to be doing today, well, first of all, before I even get into that, let's update on kind of what's been happening. So obviously we had those few events. We had the job event, and then we had, what was it? It was the expansion event, yes, expansion event. Basically, you had to get trial keys, 500 of them as a group, the entire server. We managed to do that pretty easily. And then what happened is that the borders got expanded, and after that, something unlocked, which we can go check out real quick. It's called Warp, and then we go to Trial. And basically, it's a super mega trial chamber that I am definitely not going to do right now because I don't want to die. But apparently there's treasure. Okay, why is my keyboard not ordering? Okay, apparently there's treasure or stuff like that, so maybe I'll check that out. But if it gets taken, I don't really care that much. Right now, we're kind of in the swing of things building. So that's one of the things that happened. Second thing is, well, yeah, I have a home and I have a shed. Pretty built. This is based off of a Beat Up's house and Hermitcraft Season 10. And then this I built myself in Creative. And if you've seen me over in this area, you'll be wondering, like, wait, why is there a lot more grass over here than usual? Didn't this used to be a divot down here? Well, the answer is, well, can I take a look without digging the hole? Well, the answer is yes, but there is a reason for all of this. So let me see if I can take a little peek inside. Yes, so that's kind of what has happened here. Let me get to explaining sort of why. So basically, what I've been doing is I'm like, all right, how am I gonna upgrade, or how am I gonna terraform the rest of stuff and sort of upgrade its uniqueness and make it just look very nice? Well, I thought to myself, well, let's just make a cliff near the side of where my shed is and make it look very nice. So what I've done is I've outlined sort of like a cliff I want, and basically what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be detailing this cliff, because obviously if it's all just dirt, I mean, this looks disgusting, right? Like, this is terrible. So we want to make this look a lot much nicer. And we've detailed this whole thing. I did this off camera, of course. And yeah, it's pretty much what we're going to be doing today. It's we're going to be having a cliff. We're going to get the terraform. We're going to make this place look very, very nice. That is the ultimate goal. Because right now this looks pretty depressing. I mean, I have shulker boxes everywhere, chests, like this, I mean, gravel just all around. Like, this is disgusting to look at. And yeah, this still needs a lot of work done, but I think if we get this cliff out of the way, we can sort of have an area to sort of build on with this. Like, we'll be able to build trees and all sorts of fun stuff that I already have ideas for. I'll be able to build more houses, and then of course we got to clean this up, move this beacon, you know, all that fun stuff. But how are we going to be building this cliff, you may ask? Well, we're going to hop into creative mode, and I'm going to show y'all what I've been coming up with. Alright, we are in creative mode on my build world, and as you can see, there's a lot going on. Yeah, a lot going on. First of all, we can see my shed over here, which I built. Pretty nice. And then we also did another thing is where we took a schematic of my cliff here, so you can see my cliff. And I was kind of just experimenting and messing around with it, but yeah, don't mind this disgusting mess. I was experimenting around. And the reason why it looks like this is because we have this very fancy mod. As you can see, I have something in my hotbar right here. If we do right shift, we have this. And basically, this is the thing I edit with right here. And you can go around, you can do all sorts of things with this. This is my, I forgot what it's called. What is it? Script brush, yeah, script brush. Script brush, basically, you can do mounds, other stuff. You can make gradients, which I was experimenting with. So, like for instance, this is kind of what I was messing around with. It wasn't this one, what was it? It was this, yeah. And you can kind of mess around with it and make very nice things. I'm still working with this because this brush doesn't do exactly what I wanted to do yet. But I'm still very much experimenting with this mod. I'm trying to get the hang of things. But this is basically what I was looking at for reference. I was trying to see how I do my cliff. Let's get out of that. But yeah, basically the reason why you see these mountains is because I have the capabilities with this Axiom mod to do stuff like this. And this is how I get designs for other things too. But yeah, I made this gigantic mountain with the Axiom mod. Looks very nice. This looks like remnants of another mountain or something. But I mean, this looks crazy, right? I mean, this is beautiful to look at. But that's going to be for future stuff in the future. We are going to be messing around with that, and you'll see. It'll be really cool. And you get smaller stuff like this, pretty cool. This looks very nice to look at. Don't mind the fire. Lightning struck here before. Don't know why it's still burning, but yeah. But yeah, very, very nice stuff to look at. Anyways, back to what we were doing. We have a gradient that we're going to be working with. I did experiment around with it, as you can see, a little bit. You kind of see it around, but basically it's the gradient that I came up with. And I was thinking, alright, let's do like something weathered down, sort of like this, you can kind of see here. Like the weather to the bottom of the cliff, because if you think about it, it's on an ocean front, right? So if you think about like waves coming across and sort of hitting it, the cliff, it would be very much weathered at the bottom because that's where most of the waves are going to hit. So I was like, okay, let's make the bottom weathered. And so I'm experimenting with this polished basalt, and I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll see. It kind of, I mean, it definitely pokes out a little bit more because you have these dark shaded edges. So it makes the value or the brightness values more of like a technical terminal concept for light. But basically it makes it darker on the edges. And I don't know how I feel about that compared to the deep slate. But we'll experiment with it. We'll see how it looks from a ways. And yeah, we're going to go from there. And then, so we have this darkness. And then obviously we want to get it lighter. So we have this andesite. And notice how all these are grainy blocks basically. And the reason why I'm one of these all grainy blocks is because, you know, obviously this is part of a cliff, so it's not really going to be that smooth. It's going to have a lot of a grain to it, and that was kind of like the thing I was going for. So we have this nice gradient. We have the andesite going into the light gray concrete powder, not the actual concrete, and then diorite. A lot of people hate this block, but I was like, well, you know, diorite actually isn't that bad of a block as people make it out to be. So I was thinking, let's actually just put it into our build, because, you know, it's a hated block, so let's make it work and hopefully make it look nice. And I kind of like this, actually. I like this, you know, grading going into this diorite, and then you have the calcite to sort of finish it off. And so then we go back to the diorite, then we go to the light gray concrete powder, and then to the andesite, and then I want to get some green at the top. So think of this from the bottom to the top. This is the bottom of the cliff, and then we're going to the top. We want to have the nice green grass over there, so I was like, okay, what's a good block that sort of has the light value of the andesite, and then that also can go to the moss? Well, I was thinking like this. So you have the lightness with the mossy cobblestone, right? The same light value basically as the andesite, so it has that same brightness. But then you get that dark green value that you also get with moss, and it makes this really nice, you know, sort of shading pattern going on with the texture and the gradient. It looks very nice like that, and I really like it a lot. And the hue is also very similar to the moss as well. So you get a mixture of both hues. You get the same lightness or you get the same values as both the moss and the andesite. And it has that same grainy pattern as well. Not like the andesite, but, you know, just like an overall grainy pattern that you would see in a cliff. Looks very, very nice. And then, of course, we want to see this how from afar. I mean, look at that shading. I don't know. It's kind of hard to see it on the green side because all the green behind it, but that shading does look pretty nice to me. Like, if I'm seeing this from afar, like a huge mountain with the shading, I mean, it looks very cool. And you can kind of see this with this mountain right here. I did experiment a little bit with it. You kind of see from afar. It looks like an actual mountain. I mean, it's just beautiful. Because you're gonna have the mossy green for this one's a little bit backwards. This is the moss is on the bottom, but for a cliff we're gonna have the moss on the top because this is an actual mountain. We have more of a cliff, so you can just kind of think this invertedly. You know, you have this nice blend going on. Very, very cool. I really like this a lot. So yeah, it's sort of how we're gonna be doing things with the gradient. Definitely hope it looks good. I don't know, because I did try it over here with my schematic over here if I did, but I wasn't really making it work. And so why is this just randomly falling? Where's this even coming from? I don't even know. But yeah, we tried making it work over here. Wasn't really working, so I was just like, you know what, we're just gonna do it in survival the old-fashioned way, or I guess the normal way, because this isn't technically using normal methods, but we're just gonna see how it looks. And also, one more thing we have to look at is my reference image. I'm going to put that on screen for you, but basically, that reference image is based on this. Or, this is based on the reference image, sorry. Basically, it has this, like, sort of layers to it. It has this, you know, darkness, and then it'll go to a light pattern, and then it'll go back to a darker pattern, and so on. But since our cliff's kind of, you know, pretty small, we're only going to do, like, one middle part that kind of looks like it, and then we're going to go to the other shade. So we're going to have just three different layers to look at. Hopefully the white makes the cliff pop out more, because that's going to be the focal point of our image. And hopefully this green shades very nice into it, because I really hope it does. But yeah, let's go back to survival world and let's get to work, because this is going to be a lot of work, but it'll also be a lot of fun. Let's do it. And here we have it. Let's take a look. So far, not too bad at all. I mean, for the work we put in, it's not terrible. Now, there's definitely some things I could definitely work on. Like, for instance, the bottoms here, they can be more rocky, and also I didn't fill out these areas. So, like, you see, like, there's gravel right here. Kind of looks a little bit funky, but I mean, it doesn't look too bad, honestly. Like, I did this all in survival, had no planning creative, and I don't know, it makes it just interesting feel. You kind of get that sedimentary, sort of layered feel to the build here. It looks very interesting because you're supposed to be able to see these lines that kind of go through it, so that's what you see. It looks a little bit more liney. And yeah, I mean, there's some stuff I can definitely smooth out, make it a little bit nicer. Like, I'll definitely come back to this and edit stuff, but I mean, I don't think it looks that bad, honestly. Let me know what you guys think, but I think it's a little interesting. It definitely needs a little bit of work, but I think there is a good idea here that I could work with. And it's a very interesting pattern that I did. I'll have to rough out the sides here too, because I didn't really want to do those, because I was going to figure out how to like blend it in. I'm going to do some other stuff this land. But I think it looks interesting. I don't know. Definitely needs more texture to it though. Maybe add some rocks and pebbles. Maybe add some rocks sort of in the water here too. Kind of make it pop out more. Look a little bit more interesting. I think it has a nice feel to it. By the way, this took me like forever to do, by the way. This is like 4 or 5 hours of work. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I think I did an okay job. This is my first time ever doing cliffside like this. So I think it was okay. I mean, similar to the image. I think I did okay. And yeah, I mean, that's cliffs for you. Let's take a look at it from a different angle real quick. Let's see I'm like over here on land. I'm hanging out. And then, I mean, it looks nice. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like crazy and it's like, you know, it's terrible looking. But honestly, I think it doesn't look bad at all because you got this nice like shadowy like feel to the bottom of it. Here I can go in F2 or what is it? F1. F1. Yeah, we kind of sort of see. I mean, it has this very nice shadowy feel to the bottom, along with it being very weathered. Then you have sort of the white rock in between that's very nice and clean. It shapes well into it. And then you get this hinge, just a small hue of green at the top, where you have the actual land. And I mean, I kind of like it. Like, I mean, sure, there's always room for improvement, but I mean, based off like initial impression, you know, first impression, I don't think it looks bad at all. I'd love to have some outside viewpoints on this, but yeah, I think I like it. Definitely going to improve on it and come back to it, because you should always do that with your builds. And we continue working from here. I think this is good progress. I think we did a pretty decent job. I'm going to have something over here. It's going to be similar to this cliff. And then, of course, I'm going to spruce this baby up. I'm going to make this terraformed area I have here very, very nice. And it's going to make this cliff look way better than it already is. Because right now we have sort of the base of the cliff, but we can definitely add to it by having stuff up here as well to work from. Of course, we got to make paths. We have to clean up all this absolute atrocious mess that we have going on here. Because this is, I mean, this is just terrible. We got to definitely fix that. And also we have L&D over here checking things out. And then, of course, many plans for this area, a lot of terraforming to come with that, but, I mean, there's a lot we can do. Like, we can even put, like, a river in here, make it flow through, and we also have a little pond over here, I believe. Yes. I mean, this could be really cool. Like, there's a lot of work to do, but, I mean, there's so much potential, it just makes me want to play, like, literally every second of the day, but, of course, I have class and life and all that, so I can only put so much time in. Like I said, this took me like 5 or 6 hours just for come up with that. Well, not even come up with the idea. I was thinking before, but just to actually execute on it, I mean, it took me forever. But I'm glad I got it done today. I'm glad I got some things done. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. But anyways, guys, I'm glad you enjoy, or I hope you enjoyed another episode on Aviscraft, because it's always a good time here. If you liked the video, you know, obviously feel free to like. If you disliked it, of course, tell me why in the comments. And for the build, let me know what I can improve on, or if you have any ideas to add to it, or, you know, if any of you builders are watching, like any tips or tricks, I'd appreciate it, because I'm trying to get better myself. And then, of course, comment on whatever. If you're just commenting, then go for it. If you want to subscribe, feel free to do so as well. It really won't mean that much, but no, you never know. I guess it could be worth something. But yeah, I mean, thank you guys for watching. It's been a pleasure.